Hey folks, Ethan with RPG2 here. Today we're going to be talking about the dark side of stamped concrete. So, stamped concrete is a beautiful product, but it does have some downsides. Let's talk about a few of those now. The first being, stamped concrete can get a little messy, which also can be said about pavers, because you do need to cut pavers in your backyard for it to fit the curves, joints, and everything like that. But as you can see, I just leaned on the stamped concrete and the release is all over my arms. That'll get taken care of later after it gets power washed, after which we're going to seal the concrete and cut it in specific places so when concrete does crack, we all know it does crack, but we try to predict where it's going to crack, and you really need a great installer for that kind of thing. So as you can see here, they marked some chalk lines at 45-degree angles and a few different angles along the entire patio, and we're going to come back with a saw, cut those engineered relief lines or gaps, spaces, whatever you want to call them, but we're going to try to force the cracks into those areas so it doesn't crack awkwardly or look bad. So point two against stamped concrete is that this patio is probably going to have to get resealed every 2 to 3 years. Which resealing isn't very overcomplicated. All you have to do is power wash, let it dry, and reapply. So your list of cons for stamped concrete is growing. But hey, at least you still have it's half the price of pavers, right? Well, here's another point against stamped concrete. It's gonna be a little slippery unless you apply a product like a silica sand in the sealant that will prevent you from slipping on it as easily. So the product gets applied to the surface of the stamped concrete before the sealant's applied. And what it is it's kind of like a silica sand, and it adds a little bit of grip to between your feet and the stamped concrete to reduce the slip coefficient where it's a lot less dangerous. But you won't get that on every stamped concrete job unless you ask. So with all that being said about stamped concrete, maybe you see your hopes of a stamped concrete patio or pool deck sailing away. But that's okay. The point is you're informed about the goods and the bads of stamped concrete, and you find a product that's right for you. Thanks for joining us again. Feel free to like and subscribe and stay tuned for everything outdoor design.